Hi, lovelies, and welcome back to another unsolicited episode of Perspective Unfiltered. How are you guys? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are fine. I hope your week has been good as mine has. And in back, yeah, basically, may Almighty Allah continue to grant you all your heart's desires. I think it's my first time, no, my second time filming a video with my glasses on. But this one is on because mainly I'm having headaches. So like when I kind of have some types of headache, I just have to wear my glasses. I hope I don't look like in there so much. Before I even continue my introduction, I spent over 30 minutes trying to find the right hijab style because initially this is not the veil I was meant to wear at all. This is giving everything it's meant to give though, but like this was not the veil. Like when you guys are complaining, or I remember when I used to open my hair and I'll be like, oh my god, I have bad hair days. Like I don't think people that wear hijabs just wrap it now. Like they don't have bad hair days. Today was a bad hijab day, guy, because I was spending almost over an hour trying to like figure out the style I want or the style I think was going to fit me. And the thing was that I wanted this video to look a certain way, and I needed to embody that character. So if that thing was not embodying me on that phone, like I was not going to, let me just as what the professor would do, I was not going to bath phone. I was literally not going to grab phone. So okay, so guys, we're here today again, and yeah, let's catch up on my week. So I don't know what has been this last week. To people wondered which tea I'm drinking. This is green tea. I love drinking green tea, but like this particular brand is called Samira Raspberry. Yeah, I love this tea so much because it tastes so good and it smells heavenly. So like this one so far is one of my best. So I think yeah, I liking it. So basically, how has this last week been? I think this last week has been slow, has been intentional, has been crazy, and has been grateful at the same time. So okay, I know you'll be like, okay, slow down. What do you mean? Okay, I'm gonna slow down for you. What I mean, that's been slow. I think I've been doing more slow living recently. Like this year has been quite intentional, and I've tried to stay off social media as much as I can. Of course, I still go there, but like it's not something that I do without social media for a week or more, or 2 days, 3 days. It really does, or even that day. But like I don't spend up to 3 hours on social media in a day, like in months now. And it has really been something that has been really life changing, and it has helped me in the way I do things and in the way I think and actually processing my thoughts. Yeah, because girl, I get easily overcrowded up there, and when I get different inputs, social media has its downsides and its upsides. But like when I get different inputs from somebody, oh, you're doing something good, or you're posting this picture, like my brain is programmed not to easily forget those things. So randomly I just remember those things, and yeah, not even my things to remember. So it just overcounts. And I've tried to, you know, delete or like select what I want to remember or what I don't want to remember. But so it doesn't work out for me like that. And also I've also learned the psychology of the brain. Not like deep psychology, but like understanding that your subconsciousness and your consciousness are actually real and they work. You sometimes you only take note of your consciousness, what you are seeing, but there are some things you do subconsciously because of what you have seen or what you have heard or anything, like your things that your environment I try to limit that. And even if I watch, I try to watch things that actually benefit me or things that actually align with my values. I regularly detox my social media, even if I'm on it. So I think that's enough about social media. So I think I talked about this because I didn't really post anything for Eid like that. I didn't post anything for Eid, and I think that's fine and that's okay. And I think recently, or we have been normalizing, doing like Eid like Met Gala. And when did this trend start? Please, I just have to take a deep breath to actually ask that question. When did it all start? When did doing it as Met Gala or something like it was just meant to be like a family thing where everybody's there together and we all try to enjoy ourselves. Girls or no, I don't want to say girls, where we are always in the kitchen trying to sort the meats and everything. When did it become Met Gala when we are doing makeup and everything? Even as someone who really, really loves doing makeup, girl, me as a person, I love makeup. I love beauty. But trust me, if I'm going to eat in the morning around 8, I don't wake up and the first thing is to have my bath and do makeup. Like I'm going to eat and I'm going to like try to keep my wudu. I'm going to keep my wudu is not even like the problem, but like the fact that I'm actually waking up that morning earlier solely for doing my makeup. I don't need to do anything. If it's coming back after then do my makeup later, no problem. But like doing it in the morning just to get the pictures and everything. And people that do it days before too, oh my god, like no shades. I'm actually not shading anybody here. I'm just trying to look and think deeply when this trend of it becoming a glamorous thing, should I put it like that, came up or started. Yeah. But seriously, you guys, your eat pictures are banging. Your eat pictures are giving everything is meant to give. Well, unfortunately, I didn't have any eat pictures because even if I was going to come back and try to do makeup and everything, I had loads of work to do. And that's fine. And as I said, I've been living life slowly and softly. Alhamdulillah, I've been living life on my things without the pressure of social media or trying to post. And I think another thing is that my hormones have been shifting in the sense that I have been thinking a lot also about where I am at life and things I want to do, things I want to rebrand, things I want to rethink and everything. And that's actually kind of like relating to what we're going to discuss today. And I think the next thing I said about America has been about, okay, if you guys think, which movie have I been watching recently? Which movie? Um, I think I don't know if I told you guys I watched Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I finished Harry. I've been having nostalgia. Like I usually paused Blacklist for a while. Then I went on nostalgia. I think I told you guys about Victorious. I watched Victorious, finished, and I said Harry Potter next. Then after Harry Potter, I'm actually watching Austin and Harley right now. Well, guys, Austin and Harley, I loved that movie, that's TV show so much because it's like until recently when I actually started it, I loved it so much. Like I had a very, very vivid and most beautiful imagination about it. But like like the TV show is not good. It's just that I have a problem with how stupid it is. I never kind of be like, okay, it's meant for kids, so it's like a kid TV show. But trust me, I watch Sam and Cat, I watch iCarly, I watch Victorious. Like I am a hmm, I'm a nostalgia donkey. I love nostalgia. Like anything that's gonna make me feel like, oh my god, you're a baby again. Trust me, I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm even planning on going back to watching Barbie because my childhood was not really filled with Barbie. Like I barely know any Barbie songs. I might know the lyrics or the tune, so but Barbie songs, nah, I don't really like that. But like then I was like, okay, let me try to watch Austin and Hardy. And you guys, I don't know. Watching the mature brain, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? But I just started. I'm just in like episode 3, 4, but I'm just gonna keep pushing. And I think one thing of the highlight of my week is of course and obviously spending time with my family, which you guys can see again. I'm here, my regular background. But I think one thing also that I genuinely and genuinely love that happened to me this break, which is so cliche because that particular movie, I was like, sorry, that series, I was like, I was not going to watch it because it was so cliche. It had a very predictable storyline, and I was quite tired. There was really nothing new, and it was just so cliche. And I don't know, I didn't want to watch cliche things, but like I had to satisfy the inner girl in me, and I decided to watch that rom-com. And it was up campus, you guys. I don't know why I introduced it like that, but like, yeah, it was up campus and I watched it. You guys, I enjoyed that movie. I just enjoyed it. I know you guys be like, "Okay, what do you enjoy? There is rubbish the way there." Look, I enjoyed it enough for the cliche part. Yes, it was still cliche and I watched it being cliche. Mm? But like, I learned a lot from that movie. And I literally wrote a whole article about it and I'll be pasting it below in the link. So if you're so curious to be like, okay, what was so interesting, or what did you learn from off campus that was so interesting that she actually had a whole article? Like I learned over certain things from there. Like serious lessons were brought out. Like it had a lot of depth. Sorry, a lot of depth to it. Like the rape stay with no. You guys should just go read the article, then go and rewatch the movie, or you watch the movie and read the article to probably compare and contrast. And if you feel me, you feel me. Yes. And what again? I guess I watched, I think this is from Com season, I guess. Then I actually really liked the guy that acted in the movie, the very fine guy. I was going to go and watch Along for the Ride. The movie he did, it's also on Netflix. You guys can go and check it out. I think it was also a very beautiful movie. But not as good as Off Campus. And Off Campus is actually based on a book. That's why I feel like it's really amazing and just had a lot of depth to me. And I also watched Woodring Heights, yo. And Woodring Heights was giving everything. Oh my god, Jacob Alardi. Yeah, you are who you think you are. Like you are genuinely who you think you are. Because I was like, I watched the movie, I was like, even though once again it's quite cliche, I really love the movie though. Because even though there are toxicity, you see, please, I don't put toxicity in any romance or any relationship you are in. It's not a normal way of life at all. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I read the book earlier in secondary school. So actually trying to refresh my memory and trying to figure out the puzzles when I was actually watching the movie was amazing. I recommend you all should watch it too. What again did I watch? Because I always think that's what I watch. I watched the West Prada. And the Devil Wears Prada too is amazing. I recommend 100 over 100. The Devil Wears Prada, I recommend 100 over 100 minus nothing. It was beautiful. Just showing us girls that if you really want something so bad, then you go for it no matter what. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I think that's what my week has been about. Not really anything crazy. Like damn, nothing crazy, nothing dramatic, just living. Today's topic is something that I actually reflected on a lot and something that actually made me very emotional. And I was like, one thing that makes perspective unfiltered is when I actually talk about things I can relate to or probably have an experience about, or things I'm actually still trying to figure out. Because on here, I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to say do this, and you'll be a millionaire by tomorrow. I better go. No, we're not here to do that. What we are here, or what I stand for here, is being young adults and figuring out life as young adults. Basically, what we discuss, things that we don't discuss. I don't know, the gist and all the in betweens. This episode is called The Space Between Giving Up and Trying. The point where you're still trying, but then you get tired, not the dramatic kind of tiredness, but the tiredness that make you think and reflect that what I'm doing, is it worth it? Should I continue? Does it even make sense anymore? Yeah, I think this space is not spoken about often or enough even. So let's speak about it. Note this person. This is a discussion stemming from somebody who is also struggling with it. So let's, a safe space, and let's get into it. This particular space, I think, encompasses a lot of things. So I believe there is a phase to life, and there are processes to things. Everything you do, there's a process to it. To go to the bedroom, you have to stand up. Like it's a process. You have to stand up. You have to walk, and you actually have to sit on the toilet seat, and you know and also to cook, you have to stand, you have to walk, then you have to get there, you have to get ingredients, you have to put the stove on fire, and you have to like get things done. Like I feel like in life there's a process to it, there's a phase, and you can't skip one step and jump to the other. Look, imagine now you want to cook. Then you don't get up, you just start cooking. How? Did you fly? It's not possible. Like I think life isn't every part. Like life alone, it's a phase. Then in life, there are phases to everything, and I think sometimes you are stuck in a particular phase, and sometimes you move. So I think I earlier did an episode about feeling lost. Yeah, and that was a phase where I didn't even know what I wanted to do, or even like where I was in life, or I just didn't know. I was lost, and I won't say I'm completely out of the woods, but like maybe alhamdulillah, I think I found some clarity. And then there's now a phase that comes after. And I think this is something that we as young are trying to struggle, where you're just trying to find your bearing and things that you actually want to do. So now the next stage will now be to like actually calm down and be like, okay, now that I actually found clarity, or now that I actually think I have an idea of what I want to do. How do I get emotion? Like, how do I put this in motion? I think that's another very important thing to think about. You already know what you want to do is fear thinking, oh, will this thing work out? Would I do it? And eventually, if you pass that stage, then you go to the next stage, and you actually start doing the thing. Then things start to go well, or things don't go well. Things either start to go well or things don't go well. And if things start to go well, you're fine. But there's always a deep back, and for people that things don't go well for, like go well for, but like things are not as what you thought in your mind it would be. There's like a dip from the excitement. Like you're so excited to do something, and you go with so much energy, and you get there. When you get there, you're like, oh my god. True, all bets are not roses. Then the energy quite dips, and trust me, I don't think it just dips like boom. It dips in a very, a gradual process until it actually dips. But now, are you going to let it remain dipped, or you're going to try to scale your way back up? So now I think I'm here to discuss what happens in that deep process, the struggles I have experienced with it, and how I've actually tried to overcome it. This deep process again is what I call the space between trying and giving up. Where you're like, okay, I think I should give up. Like I'm not even doing this bit again. I'm not gonna give up. Like it's not working now. What's the point? Let's discuss that space. So firstly, I'm going to be talking about what this particular space encompasses. So this space is not easy. It encompasses things like frustration in waiting. You're going to constantly get frustrated because you're like, okay, I've given it my all, especially when you have put a lot of energy, a lot of time, resources into it, and nothing is actually happening. I feel like, what? other people are doing it, and what's going on with me? Or not even comparing yourself with other people, but like, I'm really trying. Why is nothing working? The thing that happens in this space is silent comparison. Doesn't have to be loud. You don't necessarily have to consciously do it. As I said, your unconscious mind is as much active as your conscious mind. So I think recently, 2, 3 years ago, I don't really know when, I was slightly, I don't even say slightly, I was actually doing something I never thought I would do. Like, I didn't even realize I was actually doing that particular thing, and I preached strongly against what I was literally doing. I journaled about it firstly, which is the first step I always advise to actually do when you feel very overwhelmed. I was still not feeling ease. Then I tried to listen to some tafsir from scholars and imams, which I think they aligned with. I understood, or I saw sense in what they were saying. And then I literally went to YouTube and I literally inputted, I was so specific. I said tawakkul. Yes. And basically in Islam, tawakkul is a concept of trusting Almighty Allah when you are still trying and doing what you are doing, but not relying on the outcome, or not even relying on yourself for the outcome, but him for the outcome. Yeah, it's like blindly trusting when nothing even feels like it's going to happen or nothing is happening. Yeah, so like specifically that's what I went to write there. And it was so crazy, you guys, what I learned from that short period. Then I went back to my journal and I thought that, okay, girl, subconsciously or unconsciously, your mind was not in the right place. I was basically thinking about what other people were going to think about me, and I was really putting the burden and the weight on myself. So, no, it was something very silent, not something that was very loud, and something I didn't even really figure out until I actually went deep dived into that. Okay, what's the problem, and what went wrong? So silent comparison. I was also quite comparing myself, not really, or consciously, or the usual comparing, or the silent comparison. Another thing, another thing this phase encompasses is mental exhaustion. Yes, you'll be mentally exhausted, and this in me comes out as sleeping. I'll sleep like forever. Sleeping or binge watching TV shows. That's how it comes for me. Yeah. So basically mental exhaustion where you feel physically you feel fine, but something is just wrong somewhere. And I think another thing I'm mentioning is feeling like you are doing everything right, but nothing is responding. And I think this is the basis, the foundation for the feeling or the space between trying and giving up. When you're doing everything, but nothing is working. And trust me, it's frustrating, it's exhausting, and infuriating. And trust me, the difficult part is not actually waiting. It's how normal you have to act while waiting. So the thing is that everybody once upon a time, or even probably the time is now, I've gone through this phase. And I feel like people probably don't consciously know how we overcame it, or they don't discuss it enough, or probably we're not just getting that awareness that, oh, okay, this particular thing is not, you're not the first person it's going to happen to, and trust me, you're not going to be the last person it's going to happen to. So why not actually discuss about it or create awareness about it? I want us to sit with this discussion and be truthful to ourselves and actually see that, okay, and actually see things for what they actually are. When you are giving your best, when you overcome fear and you actually do what you think you are excited or what you think you have passion for. Because there's one thing I learned from Bahajam and one thing I've been incorporating into my life, and that is when Almighty Allah puts something in your mind, when an idea is given to you, or when something is given to you, or when something that is good is given to you, it's not just there. It's not just like an idea or any business thing. It's not just there for their daring sake. a gift from Allah. It's like a vision given to you to work on it. Like, so, like, for example, this podcast, something I really feel passionate about. The idea was not there randomly. I don't know how many things I've mentioned here, but I do not believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is happening for, like, there's a bigger picture. Sometimes you see the smaller picture, but like there's a bigger picture. So, as much as everything I've said right now, it doesn't take away the fact that I see very annoying. It does not take away the fact that, okay, you believe in tawakkul, you are God fearing, and you are trying to have faith that everything will turn out fine, but it doesn't still take away that it's very frustrating. So let's discuss that. So I am not an expert, but like these are some of the things that have actually helped me to ground myself in this phase, because presently this is something I am walking through, and I'm working through it, and I'm also walking through it. Yes, so basically it's quite tough, but there are multiple times where you'll be like, oh my god forbid, I'm a loser, like I don't even know, I'm probably gonna end up shitty or something, but inshallah we'll all be fine, we are going to be fine. One thing I want us to all know when we start this is that you can't control everything. Yeah, we can't even control anything. Nothing is in our control. We have sometimes have the illusion of control. No, we don't control anything. We only think that we control things. So I think when we start, okay, we actually don't control anything, then you actually like, okay, I actually don't control anything. Then who controls this? Then you look for who controls you, right? Then when you find out, okay, if it's who controls it, then what did you do? That you literally put all your reliance. Aside from that, one thing I prioritize doing is pushing, even though I don't see results. Yes, I know this can sound like a lot. I know this can sound very impossible. I had been there. Like, it literally sounded like, girl, pushing when you're not seeing anything, you're just wasting your time. But like, there's a choice, and there's three choices, and that is, should I continue? Should I wait and until I see results from what I have put in? Or should I go back? Should I go back? My choice is to keep pushing through, because if you truly have passion for it, then one way or the other, it's going to show up. It's going to show up. And there's always one thing I preach on Perspective Unfiltered, and that's the word Perspective Unfiltered is based on about. And our logo is mindset holds the power. When you have a particular mindset towards your thing, there's a particular way you already see the thing. So you can't see it as another thing. Do you understand? Like, you can see it as another thing, but you choosing to see it or use a particular glasses. I was watching a particular text, so when the scholar said there's one thing to tawakkul, or to see to a different being, or different feeling, or different realization, and that is having the wakil glasses, and that is seeing things in a different way. Even though the worst things happen to you, you're saying to that, oh, okay, Allah has plans for me. Oh, this thing was just not meant for me, that's why it didn't come for me. And or this thing was just not me, or this thing was meant to happen, or okay, I didn't do this, God did this for me. Like, different things. Like, when you have that particular mindset about things, it changes a lot of things. And having the right mindset is like, it's like it just holds all the power. Like, how you think, how you do things, how you speak to people, how you relate to people, how you spend your things. It's just literally life. And how you, like, I think I said this earlier in one of my previous episodes. It literally changes how you breathe in the air on this earth. Like, what do you mean I've been here for almost 19 years, and when I change my mindset, I breathe a different hair? That's what mindset does for you. That grounds me is actually pushing when I don't even see results, as hard as it may be. Another one is no knowledge is actually lost. Keep learning, keep expanding your horizons, keep doing something. Like, do not be idle. do something, learn something, learn a skill, and no knowledge is lost. No knowledge is lost. It's going to come in handy one day. It is. Just have that belief, and I'm in that believing stage, believing blindly. The thing I think I said earlier is believing that what is meant for you will come for you, and that is having faith. What was meant for you will come for you no matter what. Like, I was listening to a sermon, and literally what this guy said was that I think there was a scenario and in the Quran or Hadith, I can't really remember, where this particular man was told that he was going to die the next day, or like it was like, no, like there was an angel looking at a particular man, and the man was wondering, okay, why is this angel looking at me? Then somebody said, oh, this is the angel of death. Maybe he wants to, maybe this is the angel of death. And they said that if he looks at somebody like that, he's coming to take the life of the person. Then the man was so scared that I think like he now ran away, because he already knew that okay, he was going to die very soon. Then when he ran away, the next day he still died. Then somebody now came to meet the man that, wait, that the man that answered the question that okay, this angel looks like you probably die and stuff, now went to meet the owner of the party, because it was like a party, a gathering. That's where they met each other. So you know, so that means that why was the angel of death here? It was like, oh, the angel of death came to tell him that the man he was speaking to, the man he was speaking to, was going to die the next day in another country. That him was not wondering why he's still here in this party. So do you know what that means? He literally ran to his death. Like, what is it will never pass you by. Yeah, it will never, it's not, what is meant for you will never pass you by, even if it's to move mountains. So like, I think that scenario is quite, it's very crazy to me. Like, they literally told you, oh, you're going to die, and you ran away. But you ran to your death. You didn't run away from it. You literally ran to it. So if it's meant for you, you run to it. It will come by you. Any opportunity that you think you missed, it was not meant for you. It was never meant for you. And any opportunity you feel like, oh my god, I don't deserve this, or this just came out of the blue, it was waiting for you. It was just meant for you. It was written into the script already. Another thing I do that actually tries to ground me is not turning delay into self-hate. Not turning your delay into self-hate. There is one thing I always say: embody your soul, embody your physical being also. Do not turn it into self-hate, because it's only when you love yourself enough to push is when you're going to push. Yeah. Another mindset that I think I try to use to ground me is that I am not failing. This is just a process. This is just a process I have to pass. This is just a process. Like I said earlier, it's a phase I have to go first. I have to pass through before I go to another phase. Like, it's really important. So yeah, trying to see everything and trying to reflect on everything and trying to be aware of everything that is going on. So maybe the space between trying and giving up is not a failure process, or it's not failure, probably just living life. Maybe that's how life is actually meant to be lived, and maybe it's just where most of life actually happens. So as cliche as it might sound, actually embrace the process and try to enjoy the process, because I think these are the moments that you actually look back to and you're like, oh, I remember then I was going through a lot. Then I think, you know, when you're trying to even talk or do motivational motivational talks, when you have probably made it, inshallah, and you're very successful, you'll not be asking you to, oh, then I was really strong. It's always the struggling parts you always go back to, because those are the parts that actually made you who you are today. When you were struggling, oh, when I was depressed, God forbid, but like, those are the things you actually discuss. So I hope you guys have been able to learn one or two from the things I have put down today. Yeah, I hope I've been able to probably shed more light and give you a different perspective to look at things from. If you are going through this just like me, you will be fine, and it's a journey. Please accept, please own your journey, and just, you know, look, better days are coming, better days are ahead, inshallah. Just, I don't know, become do you and everything. So thank you for listening. Once again, it's your host Abisala, and I'm clocking out. Bye.